Tbilisi has gotten realistically significantly more expensive as time has gone on. And it's with this that I wanted to go over Tbilisi's cost of living and how Tbilisi is realistically shaping up to be one of the more expensive capital cities in the region. Hello and welcome back to the Traveling Report. Today I wanted to go over why exactly Tbilisi has gotten so expensive and how you can utilize this information to guide your decision on whether or not you want to live here. I am currently here in the beautiful capital city of Tbilisi, Georgia, and I wanted truly to talk with you about how exactly people are faring with the inflation and why it's happening. Of course, this is not really fully a cost of living video. It's more going over the inflation related things. So the cost of living video will be coming out very soon. However, of course, as time goes on, I will be creating more and more videos. So if you're interested in these sorts of topics and you want to join me with this journey of internationalization and globalization, feel free to click that subscribe button down below. So, to go over with how Georgians are coping with the renewed fact of inflation, realistically, what they're doing is they're cutting back on a lot of consumer spending. And this is visible with just about every aspect of life. But realistically, Georgians have always had a consumerist mindset. It has been consistently fairly close in culture and mentality to the United States, which is odd because, of course, Georgia and the United States are very far apart. However, especially since the rule of Mikhail Saakashvili, we've really seen that Georgians are very consumerist. We've really seen that people living hand to mouth is normal for them, and debt is something that is commonplace. But even with the debt, the consumer market spend is tanking realistically, and the numbers are not looking good. And so, while I love Georgia, I think that realistically what you're getting right now is a influx of people who are unable to afford what they're buying, and loan default rates have soared, as well as remittances have been peeled back quite substantially in the last few years. And so, of course, now you get the people who are owning their houses starting to rent out their houses, starting to live outside of Tbilisi because it's cheaper in Kutaisi, it's cheaper in Batumi, marginally in Batumi. However, what you get is internal migration, which has been upticking quite substantially, as well as outward migration, and immigration rates for Georgian citizens have been skyrocketing, especially towards the EU and US, both legally and illegally. And so what you get is a large part of Georgia being stuck in gridlock and really driving home the fact that they cannot live on their current conditions because they're so indebted. And this is contrast to a lot of developing economies where debt isn't trusted. In Georgia, debt is considered something good. And I'll go over specifically why debt is considered good in another video on this channel. However, what you get is a society that is tired, that realistically does not want to live the way that they're living. And with this, you get people being increasingly more astute to their finances and increasingly giving up on ever getting out of debt, ever having assets that they can utilize. And property reclamations have been skyrocketing as well. I lived here in Georgia for about 2 years, and of course, whenever I saw a property getting reclaimed, I could tell that they didn't know really what financial discipline was. And oftentimes they use mortgages and loans or lines of credit to, in essence, fund a lifestyle that they cannot afford. And so, of course, when you have inflationary pressure, this only compounds. And like I said, there is no turning back. And I think that those who think that they can outgrow the debt are a little bit ludicrous, the as even a mortgage here in Georgia is 11.8% annually. So the interest rates here are extremely, extremely high. However, what you get realistically is people being more and more desperate to just do just about anything. And it's something that as I spend more time here again, I learn how this all is operating. And it's not good. Truly, it's not good. And of course, with this, the Georgian mentality towards this is very cynical and it's very defeatist, as I said. And if you want to learn why Georgians are so defeatist, you can click on the video in my channel down below. However, what you get really is a group of people, Georgians, who see no future here and they resent the country. And the remigration rate has been plummeting ever since the end of Mikhail Saakashvili's rule. So since 2012 onwards, the rate at which people are remigrating is non-existent. So people are done with this country. People really don't spend time here anymore, even though they'll defend the country for whatever reason um, outside of the country, but realistically, they all want to leave. And so it comes down to a very interesting dynamic. And I truly hope that it does change. I truly hope that Georgians stop taking as many loans because it is invariably making them destroyed in terms of financial stability. But as I said, the debt is considered good. And of course, if you're looking forward to that video on why Georgians consider debt good, feel free to subscribe to this channel, as it will be coming out very soon. If you are looking for one-on-one consultations about internationalization, globalization, taxes, bank accounts. Of course, none of this is financial advice. None of it is directly applicable to you unless you engage me and we create a contract. So, of course, all of it is what I am doing. That said, of course, if you like this video, feel free to like it. If you really liked this video, feel free to share it. This has been the Trouble Report, signing off.